All right, good morning again. The tropical storm is gone. I am effective 12 o'clock noon today, terminating the state of emergency. I would remind you that the state of emergency gave us access to resources so we could move as needed. So the termination effective noon today, we are making sure that we are taking good care of taxpayer dollars. Even though the tropical storm has departed, we will see rain over the next 12 to 18 hours. The Weather Service has informed us that the conditions have been so dry that we should be able to handle that rainfall. There is still tornado risk. That tornado risk should clear within the next hour. So again, I would just encourage people, even though we've exited a state of emergency and the tropical storm's gone, just keep an eye out for tornado risk over the next hour. People should also continue to call 630 City with any needs they have, trees that are down, power lines that are down, or any issues they may see. EOC, these emergency operations over here that have been going around the clock will end effective immediately and go back to normal operations. The sheriff and I just spoke to the governor. The governor was checking in to see how we're doing, and we let the governor know that we have emergency personnel available and ready should other counties have a need. So we're on a standby basis there. I want to thank again the team, EOC, the entire team and administration, all of the agencies. You'll hear from some of those in a minute for all their hard work. I want to thank the media for disseminating, getting this information out. The meteorologists, the weathermen, just everybody in our community came together to make sure that people were informed, and let's make sure that we continue to inform them just as normal storms pass through. Garbage collection, Friday garbage collection that was supposed to happen today will happen tomorrow. And I would just encourage people, if they're out at the beaches this weekend, to be vigilant and pay attention to the tides and the currents. With that, Sheriff Williams.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and good morning. Listen, I want to thank, excuse me, I want to thank the, our community. We had a ton of cooperation last night and this morning. I was on the road this morning. I know we asked people to stay inside this morning, and I was on the road early. Traffic was very, very light, and so we, without that cooperation, it can make our job more difficult. So I want to thank the entire community for weighing in and heeding the messaging and staying inside. Of course, the mayor and his team. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This was a good run for us to turn on all the switches and make sure everything was working the way we anticipated it should work, and it did that. So I want to thank FHP and Steve Woodard and his staff. You guys did a fantastic job, and it's been a good couple days for us. We are still working a couple of issues. So we've got trees down in some roads that we're still working on, obviously in cooperation with some of the partners you see up here today. We still have some intersections without lights, traffic signals that are down. So remember, if you come into that intersection, treat it as a four-way stop. First person to the intersection has right of way. No issues as of yesterday and last night with that. Everybody seems to be, again, listening to that messaging. Still have a little bit of standing water in some places. So again, if you see a barricade, at this point, don't drive around it. Make sure you don't drive through standing water. And again, with all the cooperation we've had in the last couple of days, I don't anticipate any issues through the remainder of the day. So again, thank you to the media for helping us get the word out as well. And I do want to thank all the men and women of JSO who, came in last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, have been handling these not only routine calls for service, as we do every day, but some couple hundred storm-related calls as well. So I want to thank them and JFRD, obviously our partners in that. So with that, I'll turn it over to
CEO JEA.
There you go.
Thank you, Sheriff. We poured out. We have approximately 6,000 customers that are still out of service. We will work tirelessly through the remainder of today, bringing everybody back on before we start to staff down with our world-class linemen. We have and will have full operations available starting at 1 o'clock today for a call center and other support activities to make sure we can bring everybody back into service. And I just want to thank our customers for the patience. There was a lot of wind out there. It came at an odd time. but our troops are working really hard to bring everybody back in, and I can't echo enough of the teamwork that was demonstrated here, and that's just the way to get through these events successfully. So thanks again to the mayor and the rest of the team.
And again, I want to thank everybody, remind you that state of emergency is done, effective 12 o'clock today. EOC will resume normal operations effective immediately. With that, I'd like to thank the director here for a good job and ask you to come up and close some comments.
Thank you, sir. You know, September 1st marked the beginning of Emergency Preparedness Month, and this is really not how we wanted to mark that occasion. But having said that, it shows how, as a city, we come together, and all of the agencies, federal, state, and local, but particularly the city departments, come together with the Sheriff's Office, JFRD, and others to serve our community. Recommend that you go to jacksready.com, because we really are a Jack's Ready community. So thank you all. We're returning to normal operations.
Any questions? All right. Thank you. Thanks for keeping everybody